Hello, and welcome to WooTube. Let's just bring this one down. About there. There we go. How are you all doing today? Hope you're all good. I've gone for a slightly more sophisticated look today, mainly because I have a job interview later. Scary stuff. Okay. So today, I wanted to play a deck which I've kind of had in the back of my mind for a little while, and it's this one. It's a deck that plays out of Ob Superheavy Logisitcs, and we're essentially doing something with a card which I've always really liked and is quite a bad card, and that is this. We're going to play around Night Dancer, which essentially is like potentially a really strong card if the subs ever fire. They don't, that's the problem. But we're going to hopefully make these subs fire. It's going to happen. It's a very expensive card to raise. It costs 6. Which is a lot. But the subs, they have two cool things. The runner losing a click and us gaining a click are both really good. So the plan is to try and fire these subs using various bits and pieces which we got given in Parhelion. So first off, we have half run, which says that we basically the runner can't break or use an installed card. I'm sure you've probably come across this combo by now, but using Ob, we can kind of pull this out of our R&D at instant speed, usually using a virus, which we trash. This is a free cost instant trashable, which also handily would purge any botulus which might be sitting on that Night Dancer, just in case. So as they encounter the Night Dancer, we trash him a virus. We pull out our Hafren and we say you can't use whatever breaker you were planning to use to break the Night Dancer with. That's the kind of initial plan, or the initial kickflip that we've got in here. As we have this little combo with Hafren and Mavorus, we do have some other cards which take advantage of it. So firstly, we have Stavka, which has got a couple of pretty nasty subroutines depending on who we're playing against. Obviously, this is not great against Anarch, but maybe against Criminal this will do something. Possibly against Shaper, but we've got other issues when it comes to Shaper. And we can also use the Stavka to trash a card during the run, so this can also kind of set up the Hafren. Unfortunately not for our Night Dancer, but it can set it up for itself. So for instance, stopping a Criminal breaking this with their Begolter, as long as we've got a free cost piece of ice resed in that case, or I guess something else like an upgrade, but we'll go through the upgrades in a second, I guess. We've also got Trebuchet because I think this is one of the best subroutines that we can fire, either using Hafren or using Zato Grid, which we already also have. There is obviously Typhonium is like the other sort of really hits like a brick card. But I wanted to play Trebuchet because it's a 7 cost, and so if it really comes to it, we can kind of use our Trebuchet to fetch our Night Dancers. I'm probably not trashing a Trebuchet at any point, but maybe we will with a Zato Grid. We will find out. So that's what we've also got. So once we've got our Night Dancer resed, and we've hopefully maybe hit someone with a sort of Hafren combo, then we've just got a res Night Dancer, which is a really quite a bad piece of ice. It's quite easily broken by pretty much everything in the format right now. Um, but at least with Zato Grid here, we can then get another use of it, as we can then um, sell it to the Zato Grid. It's a 6 cost, so it can get us an envelopment if we happen to have envelopments left in our stack, which is not totally irrelevant. And then we essentially get a kind of a biotic labor next turn, and the runner loses a click this turn, which can be relevant because we have end the run triggers with Zato and also with things like border control. So maybe we can even protect our remote that turn. The plan with the Night Dancer here is basically to fast advance our stuff. So if we get a full sort of half run, lose 2 clicks, gain 2 clicks type situation, we can actually fast advance. We can fast advance an Oaktown from hand, which just feels absolutely nuts. Good morning, Vale, or good evening, Vale. Yeah, it's Vale saying that Ob is their favourite NSG identity, and I think it's right. It's definitely it's got some real high highs, and there's it feels like there's a lot of things that you can kind of do with it. It's very much not a one trick pony by any means, and we've seen that with some very strong decks which have come out of Ob so far. Right. Finally, we've got Yakov here. We've got 2 copies of Yakov. I feel like this is like incredibly good value econ in our deck. It pops every time we like trash a Spin Doctor, a Rashida, an NGO front that's in that server. It pops for every single Zato trigger if it's in server with the Zato. Plus, I also offer like virus fires, and then if we're popping border controls, or if even the corpse trashing ice with hippos and stuff like that. So I'm kind of hoping we draw one of these early, because this just feels like it's going to be like pretty ludicrous value all in all. So that's the ridiculous plan for today. I guess let's see if we can get into a game here. Window. There we go. Okay. Corp. Make sure I actually set this up, and then let's try and type my my twitch.tv. .tv / and then this is where I got it wrong last time. It's underscores here. There we go. We'll try and copy that, and then we might be able to save it for later. I have forgotten to put my little chat thing. Let's see if I can remember how to do this so that I can have my chat on top as well. I might not be able to. Ah, Vesper, how you doing? Very good to see you dropping in here. Vesper, I don't know if you're still doing lockdown, but you used to run excellent lockdown tournaments when I was not working over lockdowns. They were some of my favourite ones to play in. For anyone who wasn't kind of wasn't doing that at the time, they were very worth it. Right, so I've messed up my thing, so I can't put my chats on. But there's no one in this game. Oh, I know Vespa. There's far too much going on. Um, and to be fair, when there's like new cards coming out, um, often then it's like a little bit cheekier. It's a little bit harder to kind of get people invested in all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, definitely be definitely be interested if you do start running them again. I think I was first drawn to them because of the Vespa was way ahead of the trend and banned currents very early on. Just said we're going to ban all currents, and it was a time when I was playing a lot of Shaper, especially a lot of Haley, and I just lost to I lost to what was the current that you had to pay two for the resources? Scarcity of resources. There we go. That was that just kind of destroyed me every single time. Um, and we didn't have to worry about that. But yeah, if anyone has any other things that they want me to play today, I'm gonna have to do exactly 2 hours today. I have got a job interview later, so I need to prepare for that slightly, make sure that I'm potentially hireable, which would be good. Um, after leaving my previous job at the end of last year. Yeah, should be fun. Looking for something. Looking for something where I'm not working every weekend. It should be really nice. Ah, thank you very much. Hey, that's a card. Very good. I am. I'm pretty sure this is L, and I am actually playing Night Dancer today. I mean, we're going to see if it works, but that is the plan. The plan is to play Night Dancer and make its fire subs fire. Um, yeah, whether whether that plan like comes out, like yeah, I was right. Whether that plan comes out right, I could not be sure at all, but we'll certainly we'll certainly see if it happens. Um, but yeah, I mean, we've got to get a game first. That's like the first thing. Everyone's scared of the everyone's scared of the night dancer tech going on. Um, there's definitely a way. Just trying to do stuff in the background and get my chat up. I managed it last week. I've instantly forgotten how to do it, but you know, this is all like learning stuff. So we'll get there eventually. Um, Alternatively, I guess. So I've had an annoying thing. Has anyone else had this where Twitch has just stopped working on my iPad, which is what I kind of used to use. Um, and it just tells me to download the latest version of OS, which I have. And then I've tried reverting to the like it works on the old version of OS, and now it doesn't work on the newer one. Ah, I have a game. Ah, very appropriately, we're playing Night Reaver. Um, so there we go. Hey, good luck, have fun. Opening hand. We got Rashida into an envelopment. I've got a Hafren in hand, which I don't actually want. we're going to assume, yeah, this is definitely boat. I don't want to give him bad pub early because not boat. Sorry, this is well tree. I don't want to give him bad pub because they can use it for well tree. I'm tempted to keep this in case we can jam out. If we draw into a, yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm like 50-50 on this hand. I think I should probably throw it back because I don't actually want the Hafren. But I do want. Oh no! Well, that has. I mean, I'm actually going to have to spin these back, which is going to feel awful. Um, I mean, they've got like 70, however many cards. Let's just hope they don't pinhole me here. Whoa, playing the cold read. Oh, don't hit the spin doctor. Please don't hit the spin doctor. Okay, so we've got the world tree, but they've got nothing to tree this turn, which is. Oh, they don't have enough credits for it. Excellent. No free lunch coming down. That's fine. We've got like nothing taxed, but I assume that they're going to turn that into an Aesops. No, we won't shuffle. Wow, that's a hand. Do I just... Oh, I haven't got quite enough money. I was going to say, do I just try and score out an SDS? Wow. Okay. I need some money. Very tempted to just score out hostile so that next turn I can maybe jam out an SDS. This probably isn't that safe. Giving you bad pub, I don't like it. Okay, do I throw away the Hafrons now so that I can pull them back with it? I think I'm going to throw away one and a hostile. Yeah, didn't want to give you BP this early. Okay, they are gonna pick up the hostile here, and I assume. Oh, they get a Reaver. Okay. Now I think I jam this SDS because I don't think they can get through here. Like, and I think it looks enough. Maybe they can just get through, you know. It's so tempting if there was one more thing there. Right, let's put this in because we're gonna have to like. Okay. Could extract this for a border control. I think we're going to put the Yakov in here. And then I think I want another piece of ice on that server so that I can jam the SDS next turn. Probably just an Enigma is enough. Is this going to have a thing left? Probably just the Enigma. I might actually put the Hafron on there. Okay, I'm going to get... Well, I'm going to get not 2 credits because this is going to be negative. This is going to be like credit neutral, which is a shame. That's also a shame. That means they can get back their world tree if they have any money, and they will probably have some money. Oh, now I kind of want to jam the Oak Town just for money's sake. Let's res that. Will. Oh, this is removed from game, not trash. That's not a trash, is it? I'll be res if okay. Oh, I love that comment. Two Hafrans, one full row. Right. Yips. So I think here we just have to jam this Oak Town. Because we kind of are poor. I'd love to be able to trash their world tree, but I don't think we're going to get that as a chance. Do I just advance again? We could ice up HQ. Could ice up HQ with something really nasty just in case they decide to go in. I think we're just going to go again because there's a chance that if I draw into something like a Spin Doctor that I actually want to jam the Spin Doctor straight in this remote next turn. Or I might want to extract the envelopment for money. Okay, checking R&D. That's the least scary place for them to go right now, which is good. We're getting out of boat, which is slightly more scary. Okay. We get another Oak Town. So I just score this. We probably trash this envelopment to get something somewhere. Let's res that. We'll extract this. This is so much money. We'll put a border control. I mean, I really want to put it on the remote. But I think... I'm just going to put it on the remote because I'm just going to pretend that I don't have 3 agendas in hand. 18 credits though, look at that. That's silly value. Like, I don't feel like I've played any econ this game. I played 1 Rashida and an extract with a Yakov, and I'm popping off for money. Okay. Oh, we have an artist coming down. Right, I do have to protect R&D before Conduit comes down. I have my viruses in the deck, but I think I probably go Trebuchet on R&D, and then it's whether we try and jam this Oak Town or we try and jam this Atlas. I don't need the money from the Oak Town, so I'm tempted to jam the Atlas and try and go for a counter. Or we just put the Enigma there as well. I think I want to try and get a counter on this Atlas. I would assume they can get in here. Maybe they can't. If we sell this border control, we can get ice, but we can also get a Zato grid. That's slightly annoying. How annoying is it? Let's think. So is it best to sell this for a Zato grid? I could force them to use all of their boat counters here, which I think is worth it. Because if we res this Haffron, and then, oh yeah, we have to trash card, that's fine. Yes, we'll trash this Yakov. So if I pick this propeller, they have to use 2 boat counters here. And then we continue. Now the question is, so we pop this, we gain money. And we'll install a free cost. So do we install the Zato? It's probably the best thing we can install, right? Sandstone? I think it's the Zato. And then they come back, they have to spend 2... No, they don't have to spend boat counters. So I think we get the Enigma. Because I want them to use all of their boat counters here, basically. Which they might not. I don't even have to pay money for this. Maybe if we'd just put the Enigma there as well. And not been greedy and gone for the counter. Okay, so we've got Buzzsaw, so our Enigmas are now pretty rubbish outside of finding a Zato grid. Kind of want this Trebuchet now. They have 1 boat counter. That's a shame. Let's put this in server 1. Kind of force them to check it, and we could ice up server 1 again, but it's really quite useless. I might ice up R&D just so that it looks less appealing. Maybe we do put this here. It's something that we can Zato at some point. Do have to draw into a Zato first. Maybe Zato was the better pick. No, not really. Like a they just boat through it, don't they? That's a shame. I was going to say like a Stavka might be actually quite good here, but no. Okay, we're going to get like 5 credits off of this Rashida, unless they like pinhole it. They are running issue. That's problematic. I probably should have foreseen it. We're gonna lose an agenda here. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, at least most of the agendas are out of the game, right? Okay, we have a trebuchet. And we have a border control. So maybe there's a Zato line here, but like, are we going to have enough money? I think I need to put this in the server no matter what. And then I think we go. Trebuchet. I mean, this is ridiculous because the thing is, I don't want to trash the other ice that's on there because it's good Zato targets. So I hope I've got enough money here. I mean, they're just going to conduit me here. I lose very quickly. No, I've got all the agendas are out already. We're going to trust our deck. We have a Tremolo. It's an interesting include. I guess, yeah, I was going to say they must be on some cybernetics. A verbal. Okay. They would be dead to whatchamacallit here. I think we just take money in advance twice, and then we can hopefully trash something. What do we trash? Like the buzzsaw, I guess. Turbine's actually kind of useless. Okay, so they're making this run. So all we need to be able to afford 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they're making that run. Fine. So this is where they get a conduit, which means we can trash the conduit, right? Do I still res here? I think I do. Because otherwise they just go back again, which they kind of do anyway. I can still afford at least the board control here, which gets a Zato, which um, yeah, which means that this remote is safe-ish. I mean, they could just rip a 2-pointer here. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4 2-pointers. One Oak Town. Sure, we'll purge. Double turbine. Um, are we trashing here? Like it's really only the buzzsaw, which is Night Darzer. Is this gonna fire? Hell no. Um. Okay, so now we get rid of the buzzsaw. 100%. Unfortunately, they can just get it back with a simple chip, or just the reclaim which they just installed, which I didn't even see. So, like, at least the reclaim they have to pay for it. We now have a stupid server going on here, which we can't afford to res. We have a little bit of protection on R&D. We do have an Audacity in hand. They don't have a symbol chip. They've got a reclaim. Now they have a symbol chip. They see the Audacity. We can potentially Audacity out the last hostile. I think we put the Atlas in and take the money, right? And then, so we've got at least 4 ender runs here. And after we've popped this first border control, we'll have. So we res and pop this border control. It actually only costs us 2 because we're going to get a rebate of 2. And we do it after they've got through, and we pull a Zato grid. So that's if they run first click. Then second click, we can just trash like this half run or this Enigma. We'll have the money then to res this Enigma. Yeah, I think we're good. I mean, I think we're good. They potentially just win off Conduit here. Yeah. So I think here we shuffle back in the Mavirus and one untrashable card. We might get there though, you know. So we'll do this now to get back in one Mavirus. We have another Mavirus in there, so we have some chance. And a border control seems fine. Yeah. Wait, is this afterwards? Whenever sex. Oh, ends! No! Oh, it's the worst time to hit a Mavirus, or the best time for them. We just gotta hold on. One turn. One turn. 2 cards. They see a spin. There it is. We got 0 Night Dancer fires, but we won. All right. Let's see if we can get another one on the go. Yeah, that was fun. I mean, Ob is fun. Like just playing like without we don't need to do any of our kick flips, and Ob is still fun. Yakov was nuts in that. Like I didn't take note of exactly how much econ we played, but it did not feel like we played much, and we had loads going on. I think Yakov might be a little bit insane in terms of an econ card. And I think it's like very worth considering out of faction. Um, I could see anything which play like maybe struggles a little bit for econ. I could see it working well in something like Ag Infusion, which tends to get a lot of their econ from things like Rashidas and NGOs and maybe regoliths. Um, Obviously, it's not quite as insane as when it's in Ob, but it's definitely good. Like Extract is, I mean, Rashida's like 5 credits and 3 cards, which seems a bit nutty. Extract becomes, I can't even work that out. How much do we normally get off Extract? Um, so Extract we normally net 6, so we're netting 8 for a click and maybe an ob trigger as well. That's crazy. That's more than too big to fail. I mean, it's like it requires setup. We can't play it from 0. We can play it from 3 though. Yeah, I think Yakov is maybe like stronger than it's seen. Like I've only seen it in Obdex, and maybe maybe I need to start testing it out in some other bits and pieces, especially in startup. Actually, like maybe that's where that might be where slightly poor decks like Fule actually really do well. Like if you could find influence for it in Fule, that would solve so many of your money problems. I feel. Put it in, you're trashing your like Marilyns off it, your regoliths or Nikos, whatever you're choosing to play, and then all the other stuff, like the stuff in a Fule server, like the runner usually has to trash. Like you've got to trash Hendrix if they're in there. I'm not a big fan of Dupe Stag Grid myself because I find it too expensive, but maybe this would give us enough money. And again, that's something that you kind of usually have to trash, assuming the corp has a way of doing some kind of fast advance, or if they're playing like bifurcations or anything along those lines. Um, Maybe even put extracts in as well. Like extract and Marilyn is like legit. Is extract 2 influence? I think it's 2 influence. 2 influence. So like you can play 3 extract and 2 Yakovs. That's like I guess that's most of your money. So what are you then actually doing? So maybe that's not quite right. But like if you wanted to do like if you were doing like a big deal deck in startup, because finding the money to big deal right now is tricky. Maybe Ob has the money to big deal. But then what are you big dealing? Because you've only got send a message as a 5/3. I guess maybe you're big dealing a an Atlas with 2 counters to find your second big deal. Maybe. Ob starter's probably rich enough. And like there's like fast advance is good in startup right now because you kind of well you've basically not got clot threat. Clot is in the format, but short of just literally installing it, like all of the ways of installing it on the corpse turn have rotated out. Because in startup we used to have there was obviously Civil Chip, which was most popular one, but you also had SMC. You also had like Pauli's Cafe, right? That was Ashes. So you could play like a Pauli's Cafe and put a clot on it. You had Q Loop, which you could pull a clot with if it was on the top of your deck. And all of that's gone. So yeah, essentially there's kind of no clot threat anymore. So Fast Advance is looking pretty good. And actually, I've been playing some Fast Advance in Prav, with Trick of Lights, kind of doing what BTL used to do, which is pretty good. Maybe I might make a video on that deck. That's pretty fine. We have I'm not actually going to read this person's name out, just in case, all of that. Right, well, this will test how good our econ is, won't it? I mean, we've got a Yakov and we've got extracts. I don't think we're extracting a spin doctor, so I think we mulligan this, tempting as it is. Oh, we have 2 hedge funds. That's at least some money. Oh, we got a shout out to the stream from my opponent. Right. I think we probably just put this trebuchet on HQ. It's not a great place for it, but I'm gonna need to put something on HQ, and I'm gonna have to pay for it. This is very expensive. Yes, we'll pay. I could have put the spin doctor out first there to look for stuff. We have a turtle. There's a oh gosh. Okay, so they now know that it's an incredibly expensive trebuchet, which is not great. We do have a Mavirus in hand, which is actually very useful here. They have stolen an agenda. Okay. There's a chance that we could get them with this Stavka. I think I'm going to give them 1 counter. Because I feel like I can. That's going to be hard to jam. We're putting this on HQ because it looks like a Christian grid, and we'll put this on R&D. Actually, almost want that Stavka for the remote. We could push next turn, because we can always Mavirus, and then we can get a Sandstone. I wonder if we want to. I kind of almost rather use this Mavirus as a real gotcha. Oh, I might have to push. Hmm. Yeah. This also nicely ruins their plans here. There's a chance that we don't actually have to pop this border control here. So they're running to get envelopment counters. So we could pop this Mavirus and get a Hafran. How good is that? Oh, this is going to be... Okay. Do we just pop them a virus? What can we get which isn't a Haffron here? Not a huge amount. I think what we'll do is we'll res, and we'll just pop this. Yeah, we might as well because we can get. Oh yeah, we can get a Yakov, which is our money, right? Um, we get a credit back from our border control, and then they don't have enough clicks to go back in. And we're still actually protecting HQ, which is this. Okay. Border control not the best here. Both of these ice are pretty nasty. Do I want to give him bad pub? I want to find a piece of ice for archives, and we have plenty of ice for archives. So let's draw one. Great. Let's draw two. That's a piece of ice for archives. It's not the greatest one. It's very expensive to res. Next turn, maybe we can sort our econ out with this hostile. Okay, that deals with Stavka pretty well. And the trebuchet. Especially if we give them bad pub. Then becomes a problem. Hmm. So this looks like they're setting up for a doof, right? How bad's our econ if they doof us? Pretty bad. If I give them one bad pub, then they can get through this easier. Hmm. I think I just have to score this hostile out, kind of for the money. Do I want to stop them getting one counter? No, they can have one. I mean, it means that they can kind of charge this server for counters if they really want to. It's somewhat credit neutral if they do. Yeah. Do I res the trebuchet here? I think I do because if they have double doof, then I'm in like a whole heap of problems. But this is where giving them a bad pub life just feels really bad. Yeah, they've also got wake down. Like I can't not res this trebuchet. Hopefully, I draw exactly an NGO front next turn, and we like pop off on this for like lots of money. Can't do anything here. C2? Yeah, makes sense. Oh, they got a spin doctor. Okay, and they found an Oaktown. They're going back in. And they found a Rashida. Okay, well, I don't think we were sticking that Rashida anyway, so, you know, that's something. Um, Oh, I think we put this Zato in. If they come and trash it, we gain money, which is something. And then we're going to shuffle back this Spin Doctor, and I guess we didn't have to ice archives. I completely forgot I had a virus in there. What an idiot. I just take a credit. Maybe shuffle one of these atlases back in. Yeah. This doesn't feel great because I can't res this Stavka still, which is problematic to say the least. Maybe they just won't run R&D. Okay, so if they trash everything here, which I kind of think they should, we gain money. That's such a good credit swing. I mean, they're, oh, yeah, all right. All right. Yeah, sure. Sure. Well, we're never resing that anytime soon. We need some money. I might save this for a turn where I can actually put it in. Like they've got one doof left. I should have put the first ball. I knew I should have put the border control on HQ, but there we go. Uh, do we want a night dancer? Are we ever going to be able to? Maybe we can trash this trebuchet to get a night dancer at some point. That feels bad. I think Enigma's probably the worst thing here. I have a feeling that the border control might be the worst thing in our hand, just because they break it so easily with Turtle right now. It feels crazy chucking out a border control, but the Sandstone is at least somewhat relevant, especially if I get a Persian. I'm throwing out a Night Dancer. It's not happening in this game. 2-4. Right, we need to get back this Spin Doctor and this Atlas, so we don't just lose. We've drawn the Atlas straight back into our hand, so that's nice. Let's draw once. Okay, that's at least money we can play. Now I think we have to throw this out. So we can get to 5 points. Okay, Paragon. If they run here, they've always got the no free lunch that they can put for money. Because draw one. Okay, so that's like that's kind of what we want for next turn, because that's like a lot of money. Unfortunately, we like drew it a card too late. Let's put that in server 2. Yeah, we'll pay and we'll put this on server 2. The Sandstone actually keeps them out for now. Do we want to just try and jam? Okay, Boomerang. Well, that sucks. Unless we want to res this just to get Do we want to res this just to get an ob trigger? Hmm. We can get a Zato in here, if so. It's not great right now. We're going to see 2 cards, and they're going to get like 7 credits off this. Uh-oh. So the question is now, do we just need to jam the Atlas? Uh-huh. We can get a couple of... We could trash this. We could trash the border control to get a virus. Okay, so I think we've got a play here. So we're going to res this. We're going to install here. We're not going to pay. We're going to advance it once, res it, gain like 7 credits. Or no. And then stick an Atlas in. I think we do need R&D to hold, importantly. So they see the sandstone. We just have to hope that this holds up, right? Unless we unless we res the Stavka. So we could res the Stavka to trash the Trebuchet to get a Night Dancer here. No, we need our Ob trigger. Fine. Don't rip an agenda. Okay. So we res the Sandstone. They pay 1. Actually, is there any point in resing the Sandstone? Do we actually need to? Not really. It doesn't. They'll have to pay like 1 credit. So maybe it is worth it. It will cost them 1 credit to get through it twice, and we're going to have to re-res it the next time. And we can afford to do this baloney. Or they give us a credit here. This is just about worth it. Okay. So here we end the run. We ob for a virus. We put it into server 2. We get money from Yakov. Very good. We'll get money from Yakov if we pop this. And if we don't, interestingly, if they don't make us pop this, yeah, okay, so they do make us pop it, which is correct. Because if not, then we've got potential like Hafren stuff going on next turn. We shuffle the deck. Worth noting. So they get another access. Okay. We just have to score this out. and then we just have to hold on a turn. Right, what can we get? What if like they res this? Oh, this is terrifying. It is in there. You're going to see two. You're going to get awake. All right. Can we pop this to get anything relevant? How much money do they have? Probably enough. We can get a 2 Costa or a 6 Costa. None of which are really any good. If this envelopment was res, we could get border control. I don't think we could actually think they're all in. Zeta Grid is no good. There's no point in resing here because it doesn't. It just won't do anything. All it's going to do is thin out our deck. So we're just going to let them see the top two. And we're going to survive. They're not going to see an agenda. They're not going to see an agenda. Sick. Oh, okay. What we got there? Usual kind of stream stuff. Where we have cool things that we can do, and so far we have not done them. But that's fine, you know. We'll play one more like this. Maybe we'll switch it up a little bit afterwards. There we go. Yeah, that was a fun game. That was like felt very very tense. Upsettingly, I had like no ob stuff that I could do at the end there. Like if I had some different numbers of stuff resed, then maybe there's things I could have done. But no, they did like if they hadn't forced me to pop them a virus, which was very 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 sensible. Even though you know you're not going to get in, short of an inside job, which I was just playing around and not having inside job. Not gonna lie, just decided that they wouldn't have it. Yeah, that's kind of yeah. Tension is like what makes games of Netrunner as cool as they are. Like that kind of thing where at any moment you may win or you may lose. That's the fun games. Like I think that's why certain games feel really dull because you either are pretty sure you're going to lose or sometimes you're pretty sure you're going to win, and so there's kind of doesn't have that push and pull factor. I haven't checked actually. Is this deck list like covering up cards? Let me know if this if I need to move it or I can just make it disappear for a little bit. I should select this one here. So for people just joining the stream, this is what we're playing today. Basically, I'm trying to get Night Dancers subs to fire. This is like one of my like favorite really bad cards. It costs 6 to res. That's a lot of money. It's only 4 strength and it's got 2 subroutines, so it's like broken by Black Orchestra for 3 credits. It's I guess it's like just about okay against Buzzsaw until they get any form of um like turbine or anything like that down, then it sucks pretty bad. But we've got some yeah, I mean look at that art. It's like playmat with that on, please. I mean, I guess that's not going to happen, but maybe I should just like get someone to make one for me. Yeah, so we've got things like Hafren and the virus combo to try and get this to actually fire. And we have Zato grid, so Zato won't get the whole thing to fire, but even if we just gain a click and the runner loses a click, that's pretty good for us. Being able to hopefully fast advance out agendas. My original version, I was originally planning to play this with regulatory capture and put in a load of bad pub. And I think that's what my kind of first draft looked like, so that I could like always score every agenda from hand if Night Dancer ever went off. But I realised that that's not true, because in the early game, if it goes off and you've got a red capture in hand, then it's still a pretty rubbish 6-2. And I will just lose on centrals when they have like 10 gajillion bad pub. So I've gone for a slightly more sensible approach, playing a lot more extracts, and we're playing Yakov, which I feel like has been pretty key to my econ in both the games so far. I think potentially he might be a bit of an underplayed card, and maybe worth looking at outside of Wayland, well, outside of Ob, but completely outside of Wayland as well. Even he might be pretty good in a BTL rush deck, actually. Like, they get a lot of money off NGOs already. Like, just a single advanced NGO with BTL and Yakov firing, that's like a nutty amount of money. That's 9 credits for 2 clicks. 9 credits for 2 clicks, pretty good. Obviously, well, 3 clicks, I guess, if you have to set the Yakov up as well. But yeah, maybe I need to speak to Bing, the drop bear layer BTL. I'm not playing hedge funds enthusiast about that. I think that might be enough of an econ engine to work around. Maybe we play like, what else could you play now? Like reverse accounts, like pretty good. That's got a trash, right? You gain 2, the runner loses 4 or 8 or however many. Yeah, and then obviously like Rashida's. We have learned that it doesn't trigger off Spin Doctor. Learned that one today. Essa. Okay. I don't think this hand is great. If I had an Ender on ice, I'd consider it, because Yakov plus Rashida. I have a Spin Doctor in hand, which is quite good. I unfortunately have very few 1 costs, maybe 0 1 costs, which are like really good against Essa to be able to pull a Spin Doctor at any point. We're going to mulligan. I think we can just jam here. I don't think there's a reason not to. Like, we preferably want to score this out before they get a marrow down. That's a great start for them. Look at that. Moshing, Steel Skin, 2 breakers. Ghost Tongue, we will trash a half run from our hand, because it's not great in our hand, and also it's not great against Like we can't really use this as a. Oh, and we lost a night dance. Ugh, literally lost our combo. I mean, we got another one of each, but there we go. What else do they do? They play another moshing and hit another steel skin black orchestra and MK. That's insane. Look at that for turn one, and they've got a paperclip. They're like a third of the way through their stack. Okay, we just score out our 2 point agenda. Not much in terms of board state here. They run HQ, which they do, then it's going to be quite bad for us. They trash us? Don't know. We got buffer drive down. They lost an APOC. Good to know. We losing stuff from hand here? No. We bind them a virus, which is potentially good. Do I want to score out the hostile? Think I want to get this Rashida off, and we might as well put the Yakov in there if we're going to do that. I think Yakov might fire for APOC, like on anything that's trashed in that server. I'm not totally sure. We could draw one first. Okay. I think we're still just going to do this. Might get Chuskud here. APOC is interesting. I wonder if this is like a tech card or if they're an actual APOC deck. Are they pulling back APOC? No. What do they do? Buffer drive from the game. Oh, they are. They're finality into APOCing us. That's nuts. Well played. I love it. Oh, I thought I was getting APOC'd that turn. Okay. Right. We're now in like some trouble. Right, that gives us loads of money. Um, what am I more scared of, finality or Chishka? Because that's where I need to put border control. I think Chichiska right now, just because I've also got more agendas in hand. So we're putting this here. We'll put this on R&D. We could jam an agenda. No, seems bad. I think next turn we get an envelopment here and then start jamming. Oh, I also lost. Yeah, I forgot to check. Yeah, sure, with Purge. Wow, I'm getting taken apart here. Absolutely taken apart. And I think, thinking, I think I have to pop here. I mean, I'm gonna lose anyway, so maybe it's not. We go sandstone? No, we go enigma, right? And they at least have to. They at least have to install their orchestra. Um, can I score? I don't think I can. I have no idea if I've got enough money if I try. We could put the envelopment on HQ, but I kind of needed to jam behind. Um, how do I protect myself from APOC and from all of their run events? We're going to do this. It might waste a click of theirs. Go in to check this. We'll res it. Some money, at least. We lost a spin doctor. Oh dear. Essa is tricky. Oh, is this? Oh, yeah, this could be soccer's list. That is true. Um, I can't trash anything from hand, so there no chance they don't win here. Surely. Well, I guess I've got a lot of agendas in hand, mate, but they don't have enough credits to trash a spin doctor, which is really important. Sure, we're purge virus counters. Why not? Um, I need to find a spin doctor and potentially some ice. They know exactly what this ice is, but we're going to put it down anyway. We'll get rid of this Yakov. Yeah, this is very aggressive. Ooh, can that do something for me? Um, so I think my only my only chance here is to score this Atlas with a counter. I have one border control left in the deck. There's a chance I can't afford to get in here because I can trash their paperclip. That's what I'm kind of relying on. Mm-hmm. We'll trash. We don't need this remote anymore. Um, this is still really good money. We're going to trash his Zato. Now, the big issue is we can't protect here, so we might just need to pull a spin doctor now, which gets rid of our win condition. But if we don't, I think we lose next turn. Um, I've actually drawn our last border control, which actually a shame. I think we have to put it on R&D because finality is a thing. There's also a chance that we should have actually put this in the server. Um, Makes sense. We can trash at least half of our hand here. Do we res the envelopment? Cost them 5. Sure. We have some money that we can recover with next turn. Also, if we cost them enough, then they at least can't get through this sandstone. Yeah. So we can trash both of these. We also lose. We lost the Oak Town again. Only just got it back. Well, we have to res here. Okay. I mean, what do we do here? The only thing we can really do is like um do this and hope that they don't just take some money and run archives. They're not taking money and running archives. What did they do? Oh, they hit a running hot. Yeah. Um, we don't need this hedge fund. Yeah. GG. Nope. I was a bit too learning. Yeah. Should have respected. So, a bit more. Very true. Yeah, if we were like a HH hard hitting news deck. Um we have not Yeti, sorry, I haven't managed to overlay my chat today. So what runner deck should he play? He hasn't played since Parhelion. Uh so yeah, you can have a little look at the deck list of the week. Let me think what I've been playing or I've been really enjoying. It's actually a pretty good question, to be quite honest. Um, I haven't played much runner in the last few weeks, apart from I've been playing a lot of Freedom with Poison Vials, which is what we did like last week on stream. Um, that's fun, but I wouldn't recommend that for someone who's like just want. Oh, okay. So something like this is. Don't put the Daredevils in. I need to take them back out. Uh, this is a really fun deck. If he just wants to have like a good time, I would make a couple of edits here. I would go back to playing Obelisk, which is what I was on before, because the draw is really good. And then, I mean, we've got some influence, but originally this was on free diversion of funds. I put pinhole threadings back in, but you could go back to free diversion of funds. Or you could play like Maker's Eye instead of Finality. Maybe just do that actually. Like Finality is strong. If we literally have floating influence, then anyway, like this, if he's not played since Parhelion and he wants to um, play with a card which I think is absolutely busted and fun, uh, this is a pretty fun deck. It essentially plays 3 copies of Bankar. I think my original version was maybe a bit better. It looked a bit more like I think there was an extra MK Ultra and an extra Black Orchestra, something like that. Maybe drop a single Labour Rights. The Labour Rights are really good, and you definitely get through your deck, as we think. Something along these lines. Maybe you play some more Botuluses. But this is like really, really fun. It leans heavily on Bankar here. You basically just get this down and then you just start running everywhere. You doof them if you can. You hit some Chachishkas. You hit Finality. And like you can use Raindrops, Cut Stone. Actually, you probably drop one of these. That's probably where the cut comes to get down to 45, which is very good, but is not always. You don't like necessarily want it in your opening hand. To draw a whole load of cards. This is like a really fun style of deck where you just like punch yourself in the head repetitively in a very Anarch manner. That's a very fun style of runner deck, and uses like hard. I mean, you could always play some form of World Tree Woo. There's a few World Tree Woos up online. This is my one. I might not show it to you yet because I think I'll probably be playing a version of that on stream in a couple of weeks or something. I don't think I have published that particular one because I was still like tweaking it. Yeah, that Freedom and Poison Vial is very fun. Very fun indeed. Right, we played a few games with this Ob deck. We still haven't got the combo to come off, so we're going to play it one more time, and I'm gonna just lean heavily into getting a Night Dancer to fire. I mean, the games have been good. It's not like the deck's bad, but there would be a pretty good argument. There'd be a pretty good argument for just using that influence for better things. I forgot to mention. Hey, I'm streaming right now. Is that okay? Cool. Okay. So we're playing against Tau. We have a pretty bad opening hand. This is fine. Tau could be problematic because we do have ice, which we kind of want in certain places. I think we just jam these 3. Seems really good. Yakov has been great for us. If they face check this, then we'll still be able to res the Yakov and fire the Rashida, and that will pull us right back into the money. Okay, they set up. All right. Do we want to give him bad pub yet? Probably not. Do we want to rush out an Atlas? Hmm. I kind of want one with a counter. So I'm gonna just take some money here, I think. Otherwise, I'm throwing out a card. I guess throwing out a card's not too bad, but I might just score the hostile. Don't want to give him a bad pub yet. I really don't. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to score the hostile. I'm going to throw out a sandstone for now. And then I think I can. Okay, well, that's potentially problematic. So we need to get this border control probably on the R&D, just so that we can potentially use it to pull a virus if we need to. That is a card. They trashed a spin doctor. Not great for us. Um, Now we don't want to draw through what they've seen with the spin doctor is the issue, but I also don't want them to trash it from hand. I think uh, if they trash the spin doctor that's in our hand, then we're actually in quite a lot of trouble. Now, luckily, right now their tower ability does nothing, which is why I kind of want to score this out now. As in, they can swap our ice, and it swaps for exactly the same other piece of ice. Yeah, using the deuces to expose. They're running HQ. Don't find a spin doctor. Find the enigma. So we've even given them a bad pub to trash the spin doctor with. Great. They get down in endurance. It's an endurance with a lot of counters. Oh gosh. Okay, so I think we have to res and pop the board control here, and I think we have to get a virus with it. At least we can put it on the Yakov, and then we get money from it. But like, we're in massive trouble here if well, we're already kind of in massive. Yeah. Okay, that's last click as well. Actually, well, no, not last click. They've got another click, but alrighty. Now I actually want to score this. Now I'd rather get this NGO front going, to be quite honest, because I'm really going to need the money. We can get two Costa next turn, and I think the only two Costas that we have are Yakov, which is a shame. Let's just see. Pretty sure. We can get a Hafren. I guess a Hafren like actually taxes out their. I should have done this before the run. Um, No, don't need to do that. There's at least taxes out their boat slightly. Like if they want to, they can't just run through this and through this. I think next time we probably put an envelopment on R&D. No, I think we're going to put the Enigma on R&D. Or we're going to need the money from here. Still scared of them trashing this spin doctor. Yeah, fun runners for newer players. Sable's definitely pretty fun. Padma, sorry, is Padma's interesting because it's quite oppressive. So it's an interesting one as to whether it's fun. It's kind of like it depends on who you want it to be fun for. Yeah, like they're definitely I think Vespa's got it bang on there. They definitely all have like their very certain traits. And they kind of play differently to everyone else. Um, just so we know, guys, I don't think we're getting a Night Dancer to trigger this game. It's a shame. I think it's going to be over before we know it. But yeah, I think maybe yes, definitely. Like, uh, ooh, what happened here? They sparked and they got a paperclip. Wow, wild. That is one hell of a spark right there. Can I tax them out enough here? So the envelopment's worth resin because it will cost them like 5. I'm going a bit poor here. The fact that they can towel stuff is going to be awkward. So I can res here. I can pop it. I think I'm safe. Don't like quote me on this, but like at worst, I could pull a Zato grid. End the run. Yakov. Yes. So we could get a Zato, we could get an Enigma. They have 5 credits. They can break exactly. I think we get the Zato. Because that definitely keeps them out. Sandstone. No, they've got enough credits. They've kept exactly enough credits to break this envelopment. Um, am I resing the Enigma? Yeah. We can tax them a tiny bit. I can make the money back. like they're gonna get. They have a whole turn here to conduit me. Guess I could maybe only conduit twice. I have plenty of 2 pointers, so I don't need to put anything to hand yet. Yeah. Like, this is not definitely safe for me by any means. I think we got it. Turns out we can just rush. Okay. I promised a night dance of fire. I failed in delivering on that promise, I'm afraid. But yeah, we just got a bit lucky there. Right, I think we're probably gonna call the stream there. Apart from anything, I have to get ready. I mentioned earlier I have a job interview, which is equal parts exciting and scary. So I'm going to do that. If you haven't seen it already, let me just bring it up here. I did put up a let's see. I put up a video on building Fule decks in Startup, which is you can find the link on the front page at the moment in this public house Fule deck list, or just go to my YouTube. I tend to like there's all I keep all the videos up on my YouTube as well. So if you want to go back and look at any of my stuff from the past, but since I've been whatever like streaming and things, then you can do that, and there'll be some more videos going up over the next few weeks. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining me today, or watching us back on the VOD, and I'll see you next time.